guys, welcome back. So I have decided, excuse me, I have decided to do a little bit of meal prep for this week, and I thought I would show you guys what I do. Full disclosure, it's going to be really loud. Jason is mowing the grass and the kids are watching TV and playing and all sorts of things, so it's going to be loud. But I am just basically doing some of the things like lunch items and some of my Trim Healthy Mama stuff that will make the week staying on plan easier. So I'm going to hard boil some eggs in my pressure cooker, which is super easy. I'm going to make chocolate chip cookies, not for Julia and myself, but for the rest of the family. I am going to make some overnight low-carb oatmeal for myself. I'm gonna prep that and stick it in the freezer in mason jars. And I'm only gonna do like 2 of those because I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it or not. And what else is on I made myself a list, but of course I don't have the list in front of me right now. What else was on the list? I don't know. You'll just have to come along with me and I'll show you what. I remember one. I'm gonna make up a bunch of zoodles and see how well they keep in the fridge. I have like this produce keeper thing that I'm gonna like put it in and see how well that works. So I think that's most everything. So I will show you what I do. All right, here's my pressure cooker. I'm just gonna do about 7 eggs. And so what I do, I'm gonna add some water to the bottom of the pot, and then I just have this steamer basket. This didn't come with my pressure cooker. It's actually the one that I just use in my regular pots and pans, but it works just fine. So I'm gonna add some water to it, and then I'm gonna put the eggs in this, and then I'm going to turn it on high pressure for 8 minutes. All right, make sure your little thing is set to, mine says pressure, but I guess the Instapots say ceiling or something like that, but you want that closed. And then turn it on 8 minutes. And once it comes up to pressure, then the timer will start counting down. And then I will be ready to just put them in an ice bath and peel them. All right, I'm gonna start on the chocolate chip cookies next. And I was actually gonna do a double batch, but I don't have enough flour because I just haven't been baking hardly at all this summer. And I really haven't used white flour. So I'm just gonna do 1 batch of those, and I just follow the package on the back of the chocolate chips recipe, like the Nestle recipe, even though I get Aldi chocolate chips, which are delicious. But my trick is it usually calls for all butter, and I use 1 stick of butter, and so like half butter and half shortening. And then I cook them until they're just set because we like chewy cookies. All right, you can see that I'm just adding a half a stick of butter and a half a cup of shortening to my mixing bowl. And I have to get out my hand mixer because sadly my KitchenAid on the big KitchenAid mixer is on the fritz, so that's a bummer. It's 3/4 of a cup of white sugar, 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, and you just cream all of that together until it's nice and fluffy. Then you're going to add your vanilla to it. There's Jason. So it's 2 eggs, and then you'll add your vanilla, and then you'll mix all of that up together, which it's still doable with a hand mixer, that's fine. Then you're gonna add your flour, which is 2 1/4 cups flour, which I had just enough, and then 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And I actually forgot to add the salt, but I mean, it's not completely necessary, but it helps the chocolate taste better, I feel like. And then just add your chocolate. Here are my cookie sheets. These are from Pampered Chef. I love them. My scoop is from Pampered Chef as well. And I just, see if I can do this one-handed, use the cookie scoop. Get a nice level scoop. And I plop it down. So I like to do 12 on a sheet, and then they will cook at 375 for, I will start it at 8 minutes. Okay, these are done. I'm going to turn them off, and I'm just gonna do a quick release, and then I'm gonna put them in the bowl of ice water. Okay, before I forget, I am going to go write flour on my grocery list. I don't really have any plans for it, but it's one of those pantry items that I just always know that I have. So when inspiration hits and I want to go bake something and I don't have any flour, I'm going to be mad that I don't. So just wrote that down. The cookies are in the oven. So now I think I'm going to do the oatmeal. Okay. These need like another 2 minutes maybe. All right, the recipe I found calls for 1/3 of a cup of hemp hearts, 1/3 of a cup of almond milk. I love the Aldi unsweetened almond milk, and my timer's going off for the cookies. Let's see. Oh yeah, much better. They're just brown around the edges and soft in the middle. So I'm gonna take those out. Turn this oven off because I'm done with that one. And I still have 3 minutes on the other batch. Okay, 1/3 of a cup of hemp hearts, 1/3 of a cup of almond milk, 2 teaspoons of chia seeds, and 2 tablespoons of almond butter. And I'm just gonna use 2 mason jars. That way I can just take the lid off and heat it up in the microwave, and then I will sweeten it and put, I don't know, maybe cinnamon, maybe I'll do fruit, I'm not sure yet, but I'll do that part in the morning. All right, this ended up being way more than I could eat for one morning. So next time I do it, I will use like the little mini mason jars, and I will cut the recipe in half for each jar because I could really only eat half of it. It's very filling. But I did enjoy it. I'll be making it again. And I think you can, if you have a Costco card, I think you can get a much better deal on hemp hearts at Costco for a large bag because the small bags are quite expensive. All right, now it's time to peel our hard-boiled eggs, and I don't know if you can tell, but it seriously comes off so easy, like the shell just slides right off. So today I was just doing hard-boiled eggs. I was just putting them in a container, and I like to peel them first. I've never had eggs go bad, hard-boiled eggs go bad. They stay in the refrigerator for quite a long time. But you can do tons of things with hard-boiled eggs. You could do deviled eggs, you can do egg salad. They're just really great to have. Okay, here are perfect hard-boiled eggs, and I don't know if you could tell from the footage or not, but how easy it was to peel those. Extremely easy. I will never do eggs any other way now. Of course, that doesn't want to go on. There we go. Okay, eggs are done. Cookies are cooling. I have one more pan to put on here, and this is Pampered Chef, by the way, also. I love, this is just like a Walmart one, but if I were to get another one of these, then I could have 3 stacked on top of each other, which would be great. My low-carb oatmeal is back there in the fridge, and so now I think I'm gonna work on the zoodles. I got this, like, I don't know what it's called, but there's zoodler thingy. I actually got it at HomeGoods or TJ Maxx, one of the two, and I think it was only 20 bucks. But it has a couple different inserts, and I do really, really like it. Sometimes, like if your zucchini are not big enough, it kind of does those little shreds instead of like a nice curly zoodle. But it all tastes the same. I like it just the same. All right, the last thing I'm gonna do for today is to chop up my lettuce, and I'm going to soak it and spin it dry in my salad spinner, and then put that all in the fridge, and then that way I will have salads for the next couple of days. I'll have the lettuce all ready. All right, right, so while the lettuce is soaking, I'm just gonna tackle the dishes, and I have not been at this quite an hour yet, so that did not take very long at all. The dishes will probably take me another 15 minutes or so. So I hope you enjoyed watching what I prepped for this week. I hope it gave you some ideas for your own week ahead. And I might do some more like this. I might get into some more meal prep. We will see. But thanks for watching. See you in the next one.